Hi everybody, it's David Fleming here from the Toronto Realty blog, and welcome to this week's Pick 5. Now, first and foremost this week, if you are wondering why the light is bouncing off of this bright white shirt and blinding you, it's because my wife dressed me today. Yeah, I figured what the heck, I might as well start with that. It is a slow week, so I decided, what the heck, let's wear a polo shirt to the office. My wife, now that she putters around the city with our daughter in a stroller and buys me clothing, I guess went in and raided Banana Republic and said, this is what you are wearing tomorrow. Seersucker shorts? I didn't even know what that was. I'll put a picture up there of me looking sad. And a bright white shirt. And here's the point of this story is I was wondering, ladies, gentlemen, agree or disagree. I told my wife, you know, when she said, you'll look really good, I said, but I don't care how I look because I'm married. Right? I think she took that the wrong way. And I said, no, what I mean, I thought I'm going to dig up here. What I mean is, when I was single and trying to attract a female, I took pride in the way that I look. Now that I've got one, i.e. you, I really don't care how I look. Isn't that fair? Anyways, did not go over well with her, and I think now she has dressing privileges basically for the rest of my life. So there you go. Your mother dressed you when you were up to, I guess, 3 years old, and then eventually when you get married, your wife starts to do the same thing. So I don't know if I've ever felt this emasculated while filming a Pick 5 video, but what the heck. So with that out of the way, guys, in addition to Happy Canada Day, I was looking around, maybe some fireworks or flags animated. How did you spend your Canada Day? Right, I forgot. This is one-way dialogue, so there you go. What I want to talk about, guys, this week was something I don't think I've done before, and specifically retirement properties. Now, that sounds bad because retirement properties, you always think about where you stuff your grandparents, right? You combine an adjective and something with some sort of leaf, right? Like sunny glen or like shady elm, right? I mean, that's probably a place, Shady Elm. I think my grandmother was in 4 elms, just combine like I don't know, willow, and then I don't know, Windy Willow Retirement Castle. No, we're not talking about those. We're talking about properties that people downsize to. And some of you are going to scoff because these listings are up to $2.5 million. You'd be like, oh, great, downsizing to $2.5 million. But you know what? That is a certain segment of the market. And on Pick 5 here, I like to cover all segments. So for people looking to downsize from their $2.5, $3 million house or 5 or what have you, or for some people, they want to make a lateral move. You're in a house and it's, you know, too much space. You want something that's newer. You want something that's easier. So what I'm looking at today, guys, are 5 condo townhomes that are very upscale. I don't want to give away my top 10 list, but I might as well say I'm looking for things like elevators, right? Direct parking access, things that when you are 65, 75, 80, 85, hopefully longer, things that you're really going to value. And so that's part of the condominium lifestyle. Yes, you pay, you know, $800, $900 a month or $1,500 a month, but you get things that you wouldn't have in a house. So let's get a list up here, guys. There it is. I want to make a list of 10 things that I'm looking for with respect to condo townhouses that some of the more affluent, if you want to say, because these are, you know, multi-million, people are looking for. And this is from my own experience with retirees. Number one thing we're going to look at is square footage. You know, I think that goes without saying. I think you need a certain amount of square footage. Some people need 2,000, some people need 4,000, depends on where you're coming from. Number 2 is the layout. And this is very important because it's going to play into things like how many sets of stairs there are. If you're 80, do you want all those stairs, right? My mother says that she keeps fit every single time she wants to check her email, goes up and down stairs. I actually said that last week, and then she emailed me to say thanks. Email me again, Mom. Love you. So things like the layout, things like how many floors there are, right? And that's going to play into some of these other points. Number 3, is there an elevator? And I know a lot of you now are going to say, like, geez, I really tuned into your Pick 5 to watch, you know, your $400,000 condos. And now you're talking about $2.5 million townhouses with elevators. Well, you know what? Just work with me here. Number 4 is direct access to the parking. Very important for retirees, whether you're bringing in groceries or whether, you know, I don't know, it's raining out. You don't want to get wet, for Christ's sake. Whatever it is, you're paying this kind of money, you want to be able to go, whether it's in an elevator or staircase, right from the kitchen right down to the parking garage, okay? Number 5, is there a master bedroom on its own floor? Very important, especially as you're going up. A lot of people want to see a master on its entire own level. Sometimes that plays into things like having grandkids over or having out-of-town guests, as older people always seem to have. We have out-of-town guests. Who knows all these people? Seriously. I don't even like people. I'm definitely in the wrong business for it. Okay. Number 6. Is it 3-story or is it 4-story? Or does it have a basement? 3-story, 4-story, should we call that 5-story? There are so many levels in some of these places. And again, plays into whether or not you have stairs, elevator, or the wherewithal to keep it shape. Number 7, the dining room. So many units. And there was one across the way here on Merton, those townhouses, which, are there any for sale? I can't speak negatively about them if they're not. Anyways, those things are pieces of crap. I was in one and it did have an elevator. There's literally no living space. You're paying like $2 million and there's nowhere to have a dining room table or a TV, one or the other. And they were also, I blogged about this a long time ago. When they were built, the developers fought each other. There was lawsuits. There was actually one time there was a bunch of the workers picketing outside. It was really cool. One of the worst developments I've ever seen. I watched them actually, over the winter, all the drywall inside rotted, and then they ripped it all out in the spring, and then they started again. Then they either ran out of money and started suing each other. And then the next year, they didn't rip the drywall out. They just sealed it in. They didn't pack the foundation with hay in the winter so it wouldn't crack. Anyways, really bad development. Great story. Where were we? Dining room. That's what I was saying there. Number 8, is there a family room or a grand room? I would think a lot of people want that. I know my wife's grandparents, they want the den, right? Grandpa watches TV in the den. You don't have a television set in the living space. You have it in the den. So do you have a grand room or a family room? Number 9, do you have 2-car parking? Because you have to have 2 cars, right? You guys are old. You have 3 cars. Everyone's got the, the blue, the black, and the off blue, black Mercedes. And last but not least, number 10, is there a 4th bathroom? Do you actually need one? Okay, I'm 7 minutes in here, so I got to get to the listings. That was a long lead in. It's not like I talk too much, right? Okay, so we're going to look at 5 properties here, guys. You know what? I should have put an 11th point up. Put an 11th point up. Proximity to retail. I'm not going to say transit, because rich people don't take transit, right? That's not true. That's a joke. But proximity to the retail infrastructure. So we're going to be walking out to stuff. Okay, so let's start here, guys. 385 Brunswick, Townhouse 7. So this is the Loretto. This is a conversion from, what was it? Loretto School, I believe. So what we've got, 3-bed, 3-bath. 2479 square feet. So I'm going to do a price per square foot just to keep you guys in the know. I don't usually do this with townhouses and houses, but let's compare apples to apples. This is $696 a square foot. So it does have our 2 parking spaces. It does have our elevator. That's fantastic. 4 stories, private elevator. And let's take a look at the pictures. I'm going to go through these relatively quick. So there you go, main floor. So you've got street access as well as underground. So these are all pretty nice, guys. $1,725,000. I got to say, this to me seems like the best one of the bunch because it's only $1,725,000. But again, finishes, right? We're going to get into some Forest Hill stuff, and some people just can't live without crown molding, and they would be like, oh my God, the colors. I need wrought iron spindles, and I only have room here for 12 bottles of wine. I want a wine cellar. There's something for everybody, right? I think this is a tremendous value play. Actually, I might have a client for this. I know I do that a lot. I think he wants freehold. Okay, anyways, moving on. So I'll get to the layout in a bit because that's something that we obviously want to go through and study. It's something I made mention of. Just looking at the photos here. Okay, you've seen one bed, you've seen enough. Top floor office. And there's your elevator and your rooftop deck and your main floor. Okay, so let's go now, guys. Bear with me here because I got to find it. To the Brunswick. I don't know if we can fit all this in here. How do I do this? How do I do this? I really should have figured this out beforehand. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move this guy. Here we go. There we go. There it is. Okay, I'm going to move that guy. So this is the basement. So you've got a basement here. It says approximately 265 square feet. Here's your elevator. Great layout. Walks out to the storage. You can walk up to the unit. You've got storage back here, and then you've got 2-car tandem parking. So this is a storage locker that's underground. I know I'm just kind of going over it. It's tough to see here. This is, I want to point at it. This and this is outside of the unit. This here, you can take the stairs, right? This is in your unit, take the stairs, or you can take the elevator. So then the main floor. Let me get in here. Okay, there we go. We've got the main floor. I think it's just about cut off here. Let me zoom out. Nailed it. Who says I'm terrible with technology? Okay, so main floor here, you've got one big living dining room. And as I said, remember, we want to know if there's a great room. No, here there isn't. Kitchen's huge. It's got room for an island, but this is your entire living dining. That's going to, for some people, work, for some people not, because a lot of people are used to coming from a Forest Hill house where they have a 10-person table. Elevator again. Next level up, second floor. We've got 2 bedrooms, and we've got the elevator, and here's the den sort of in the middle, which is the nothing room. And then on the top, you have, of course, the master bedroom all on one floor, as I said. So we're checking off our boxes here. Now let's move over. I got to move this guy again. This is really confusing, guys. Sorry. Then up here, the elevator does not go there. Remember, you've got 470 square foot terrace. You've got that little office space, which really doesn't do anything. And I'll go back to the map here, which is, okay, that works. Yep. Go back to the map here, which is how far north of Bloor? I mean, can you walk that? Well, I guess if you're 95 years old, maybe you don't want to walk that. But in terms of proximity to retail infrastructure, pretty darn close. Also, if you're looking for subway access, you are pretty close as well. Groceries, metro here, etc. But you've got 2 car parking, so maybe you're just going to drive anywhere. Okay, so that's the first one, which, as I said, I like a lot. Now let's go to the second one, 1040 Avenue Road. So first things first, guys, price is $1,998,000. And this thing is only 1,900 square feet. So this is $1,052 per square foot. The first one was $696. So very different area. We'll take a look here. Wow, that's loud. Okay. There we go. Just an email from Aurea. Perfect. I'll read that. Never. Okay, so this is, first of all, close to Oliver Jewelry. Didn't Oliver Jewelry and that other guy, what was his name? I'll figure it out. I'll put a picture up of him. Didn't one of them take out a hit on the other one, I believe? What's that guy? Harold the Jewelry Buyer. That's what it is. Okay, so you're close to Oliver Jewelry, which is great. That was being sarcastic. But you are literally steps to right here, which is Eglinton Avenue, which is where the new LRT will be. And Healthy Butcher. Perfect. That's where I'm going to get my venison from. So location on a busy street, obviously. Maybe you care, maybe you don't. But again, a lot of listings we're looking at today, this one's uptown. There's one downtown, and then there's 3 sort of in that Bloor, St. Clair-ish area. Okay, so this one again, I'll show you the floor plan in a minute, but you can see here, main, second, third, upper basement. This is like a 5-level 5 levels, and does it have, I don't believe, I'm almost positive it does not have the elevator, because I think all of them do except this one. It does not. It does not have an elevator. Here it is, elevator lift, no. So now we get into the question, guys, whether or not this works for your retirement plans. First of all, it's $10.52 a square foot, but does this work for your retirement plans? Are you going to be able to go up and down 5 sets of stairs without that elevator? And I can tell you, as I said, my wife's grandparents, you know, they need something all in one level, or if they're going to stay in the house, maybe they'll put in an elevator. Get rid of the coat closet. Who really needs that anyways? We'll just throw them on a bed or something, like at a party. Okay, so you get a sense of the photos and the finishes a little bit better than the one that I showed you at first, but not quite as nice as some of the ones I'm going to show you next. So it is a 3-bed, 3-bath, doesn't have the 4th bath. I don't know if we need that or not. It does have 2 parking spaces. See here, 2 parking spaces. It's got a nice little terrace up top, but again, are you going up there? There's your underground parking, 2-car tandem, and Bob's your uncle. Okay, let's get to the floor plans. The avenue floor plan. Here we go. Now I got to do this again. Okay, getting good at that. Okay, so underground parking, you've got your garage, and then you've got your entryway downstairs. Okay, that's probably just, I don't know, extra storage. No, definitely no elevator in this. So staircase up, living dining room. This is the big problem I had with this. That's tiny. That is absolutely tiny for a living dining room. So what you're going to end up doing is putting a dining room table there, and then this is going to be the TV room. So they've got family grand room. It's not a family or grand room if you don't have a living and a dining room. So then you've got 2 bedrooms on the next floor. Top floor, all 1 master bedroom, which is exactly what we wanted. 2 walk-in closets. You've got your probably 6-piece ensuite. And then, oh, let me move this again. Then you've got your rooftop patio. So this is interesting. You've got 1 here and 1 here. Wouldn't it be better if that was all 1 space? But the layout doesn't allow for it. So this is a staircase leading up. This is likely open concept, high ceilings, maybe a skylight or something. And then you've got 2 different kind of patios. Curious, right? It is a little curious. So if it was downtown, you might have an east view and a west view. Here, I think that's just the way that they designed it. So there you go. On to the next property. On to the next. On to the next. So now we're into Russell Hill. Hello, Forest Hill. Ho-ho, what's up? Okay, 260 Russell Hill. Where are we? Holy moly, we are close to Spadina. Yes. we're in this nice little pocket. If you've ever gone south on Russell Hill, there's a little pocket here of townhouses. And so that's what we are finally looking at. Because I recognize these in my mind's eye. I can see them. I don't think I've ever been in one. So for $2.25 million, we have a 3-bed, 4-bath. Hello. We have our 2 parking spaces. I haven't really talked about maintenance fees, to be honest. I'm not going to say that they're not important, but I really don't think your decision is based on maintenance fees here. Even though some of these are $800 and some of them are $1,300, and that's a big difference, I don't think it's going to really have any bearing whatsoever on the person looking at these 5. So we do have an elevator here, thank goodness. Now this says 3476 total square feet. But if I recall correctly, that includes, yes, that includes the lower level, which is 638 square feet. So this is priced at, which way am I pointing? This is priced at $647 a square foot. But if you take out the basement, which for whatever reason they've used, it's $792 a square foot. $792 a square foot for this is phenomenal. And it makes me wonder why the heck the one at Avenue Road is over $1,000 a square. So now we get into what we might call lived in. Right, this is lived in. So this is, oh God, I'm really gonna do myself a disservice here by calling this old person furniture. Is that rude? I mean, it's pretty accurate. So, old person furniture. No, I'm just kidding. It's not old person furniture. It's just furniture that an older person might own. Someone cooked fish down here and everyone's freaking out. Okay, so this is one of the issues that I have with this, guys. And again, apologize for my old person comment. I thought I was being funny.
Did you do it too?
Again, this is one of the issues that I have here. So this is a galley kitchen. And if it's not a galley kitchen because it doesn't lead straight out to somewhere, and you're going to tell me that that's what a galley is because the name comes from in a ship, well, look, it's a pocket kitchen. Whatever it is, it's tucked away. And I think that might be, interestingly enough, it might be something that some of the demographic wants. You know, the people that when you walk into an open concept condo and they go, why is this all one room? Right? And they go, the smell, maybe of the fish being cooked in our office. The smell from the kitchen is going to go everywhere. Look, at the end of the day, if it's all in one level, you're probably going to get smells transitioning from the dining kitchen into the dining room. But some people really like that this is tucked away. I think personally that's the one thing that I don't like, and I think a lot of the buyer pool might not like about this place. So moving along, nice high ceilings, more older furniture. Look, like I said, it's lived in, right? Things like this, the rugs, like, just work with me here, guys. The first couple properties, they were staged, they were modern, they were new. This is lived in, and this is somebody's furniture. It's a resale condo. Not everything can be brand new and staged. It's got a skylight, got the little desk upstairs. We always seem to have that, right? So let me go to, that's the grand room. Okay, that's downstairs. There's your elevator. Beautiful spiral staircase, very cool. And there's a rooftop. Okay, let me go to the floor plans here because I think, honestly, that's the most important part of this. Was that us? Yes, Russell Hill. Yeah, Russell Hill. So they're all on different pages, which is a heck of a lot easier for me to work with here. So here's our main floor. So where's our entranceway? Here. There we go. So our main floor, we've got our living room, we've got our dining room, and then we've got our family room. This is what I was talking about. Living dining family or living dining grand. Not like the one where I mentioned over here at Merton, which is going to be falling apart soon, where you've basically got one tiny little room and you have to choose, do I actually want to have a dining room table or do I actually want to have a living room? So family room, dining room, living room, all check. Very cool spiral staircase. And here you get a sense of how tucked away this kitchen is. So I think for a lot of people, you'd expect this wall not to be here and it would be open, but then you'd be losing this pantry and that shelving there. Okay, so the second floor, here we go. The second floor has the master bedroom on it. Second floor, this little seating area here, or sitting area as they say, doesn't really serve any purpose whatsoever, but this is the one unit that I would say has, yes, this is the one unit that has the master on the second. So the distinction that I made at the beginning was you want to have the master on its own floor, but do you as the buyer care, is a master on the top floor, is a master on the middle floor? Because here you've got bedrooms 2 and 3 are up top. If you've got an elevator, which this one has, maybe you really don't care. So again, his and hers closets, big ensuite bath. Now here you go up to the third floor, and as is typically the case, we've got bedroom, bedroom. Now this office here, this is an open concept space. That's what I was showing in the photos. This sitting area was where the desk was, and then this office, make it whatever you want. You've got the family room downstairs. Now you've got this office. Maybe you do use it as an office. Maybe use it as a TV room. Maybe it's your grandkids' play area. There's a ton of space here with the 3476 square feet. And then, oh my goodness, as if you need any more space, downstairs you have, look at this, a rec room. Okay, so that could be the grandkids' play area. So a lot of space in this, and as I said, it does have the elevator. These floor plans are tremendously helpful because I feel like we'd be running in circles without them. Okay, so 2.25 million. As I said, the only knock on this, I think, is that kitchen and also the fact that it's lived in and it doesn't show as well as the other ones. But this basically checks off everything on our list. Okay, now I've got one down on Queens Quay. And part of this is to show you a different look, and part of it is because there wasn't a fifth property up in the Midtown area. So at 2.298 million, where are we here? That's 822 a square foot. 822 a square foot. So this only has one parking space. It's the only unit that has just one parking space, but this does have an elevator. And they did not put, see this here? They did not put elevator. I had to dig and find out that it does have an elevator. So 29 Queens Quay, I want to show you where that is. For a lot of you looking down here right now, you're going to go, wow, where is that? Completely industrial? Well, maybe, yeah, to be honest, sort of. I mean, you've got down here, you've got the LCBO is here. Where is the big, I'm trying to think, the Toronto Star building's here, okay. And then you've got the Redpath Sugar Plant. So, you know, the George Brown College, that stupid Sugar Beach, didn't I read somewhere that the government paid like thousands of dollars per chair down there? I'm not going to get on a political rant today about the government spending our money. But didn't we just get like a $200,000 duck? Thank you, John Tory. Okay, said I wasn't going to do that, but did. Anyways, what else is new? So for a lot of people, they don't really understand this location. And geez, I don't know. I mean, if you're retired and you want to live downtown, I think there's probably better spots. I'm, you know, just being honest, right? You pay me for my opinion. You do pay me, right? Isn't there a subscription to TRB? But this really isn't walkable to anything. So some people are going to say, and those people live in this building, what do you mean it's not walkable to anything? Well, look, guys, is that not a goddamn highway? And is that not train tracks? And where's Front Street? I have to zoom out how far to show you Front Street. This is Front Street where stuff is, and this is the condo. So now you can say, well, hold on a minute. You can walk down Queens Quay, and there's all kinds of infrastructure. Yes, there's infrastructure in the base of condos. Like when you walk over to York Street, 208 and 218 Queens Quay. Yep, there's a Starbucks and there's a Pizza. What I'm talking about is your everyday stuff. So this isn't, you know, Forest Hill, right? Walking out to St. Clair. This isn't over here on Brunswick, walking out to Bloor Street. What we're talking about is essentially walking out to the Gardiner Expressway. So agree to disagree if you want to. The rest of the unit, guys, it's pretty modern. It's nice, I'll give it that. Big main floor terrace, but not at all private, is the one thing I will say. So it's been nicely staged, unlike the last one, which had older person furniture. But this is the least favorite for me of all of them. And, oh, it's the only one that doesn't have a floor plan on MLS, which doesn't surprise me at all. So you can see the big difference here. Things like floor-to-ceiling windows. Look how smooth and sleek as everything is. That's just a function of having a condo townhouse that's built in a very smooth, sleek condominium, whereas the other units were, you know, sort of Forest Hill-ish. They're not really of the same, sorry, I lost my train of thought. That's the elevator. Yeah, they're not really the same vintage. This is the newest of the bunch, obviously. So the room sizes are great. Don't get me wrong. This is, as I said, about 2,800 square feet. In terms of the layout, see, things like this is just ridiculous. Like, what is that? That's like a den in a one-bedroom condo, and they have it in a $2.3 million condo. That's really sad, actually. I feel bad for whoever's sitting there watching TV. Okay. And sauna, and yeah, great. Okay, so main level, second level, lower level. So here you've got, guys, ready for this? Second level, master, second, third, den, laundry. Holy crap. No floor plan, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say the second floor is really cramped. So one of the things that was on our list was, is the master bedroom on its own floor? And one of the reasons we asked that question is because, well, A, you want privacy, and B, you want a master floor. You want your walk-in closets. You want your windows at both sides of the place. You want your big ensuite bathroom, and you want a master bedroom that doesn't make you feel like you're in a condo because you're downsizing from a gigantic house. And this, I don't believe, has it. Okay, last one, guys, and I'm finally moving along here because of that 7-minute intro where I ranted about, oh yes, my wife dressing me. 290 St. Clair Avenue West. So where are we here? 290 Avenue St. Clair West. We are literally a stone's throw from where our good friend was at Russell Hill. The only difference is this is a little bit newer. So this is Spadina and St. Clair, and you get, see, look, Cedar Vale Terrace long-term healthcare. I wasn't kidding. Cedar Vale Terrace. We could come up with 10 of them right now. Names for old folks' home. Shady Acres. Huh? Just thought of that. Shady Acres. Shady Glen. Shady Grove. You could just keep going. The possibilities are endless. Okay, so Foho Village. Whoa, what did I do? I just broke Google. Foho Village. Here we are at St. Clair and Spadina. So we've got the village running right through here. So how far are you to walk there? Not far at all. And I think location is really driving property like this as opposed to, obviously, our good friend down here by the Redpath Sugar Factory. Okay, so this one here, guys, 2.475 million, and it comes in at, wow, $990 a square foot. Making my own sound effects. $990 a square foot is 2,500 square feet. So 3 bed, 3 bath. We'll take a look at the floor plan first, actually, before we go to anything else. Nope, that's not it. Bear with me here. I know exactly what I'm doing. There we go. Oh, yes, this was the one that was blurry. So I'm going to see if I can fit this in the entire screen. I know we have to save room for my face, I believe. Okay, so where is the ground level? Here we go. Walk-in foyer. Dining. Back here, family. This is an interesting layout, guys. So what you've got with a dining room here is, I think, you're either going to have your 12-person table for your big feasts. You've got a huge open concept kitchen breakfast, which has, I believe, does it have a bar island? Well, we'll see. And then you've got the family room. So what you might do is sort of, skip the living room, right? And growing up in, I grew up in Leaside. A lot of people grew up houses throughout the city of Toronto where you've got that living room at the front that you never really use for anything because you've got the family room at the back. Even my first house on Parkhurst had that, which is kind of really small now that I think about it, with the eat-in kitchen. So again, I know I'm making a big deal of this, but I'm thinking about the demographic. The demographic of people retiring and downsizing, which was the whole point of this Pick 5, are people that want to have big family dinners and they want to have a formal sitting area at the front, right? It's where you receive people. You come in and you sit and you make conversation before you retire to the dining room. And then you've got the den where grandpa watches TV, or the family room. So that's the main floor. Move over here to the second floor where you've got an entire master suite, right? That's what we're talking about, guys. Paying this money, you want to have on one level your master bedroom, a walk-in closet, I don't know what this says, mechanical, it's a little bit blurry, and then a huge bathroom. Then up top, you have the third level, which is just 2 bedrooms. So I know this doesn't feel huge because it's only 3 stories, but it is actually 25, damn it, where'd I go here? It is actually 2,500 square feet. So let's take a look at the photos. They're not the best photos because they look like they were taken on someone's iPhone. I just got my wife one of those like real cameras, like a Canon or something. It's unbelievable how much better the quality is of photos. I literally, I took a photo of my dog and I think it's art. It's not. All I did was use a real camera because our iPhones aren't as good. Although I do remember taking photos in the BlackBerry 8600 and they really sucked. Okay, so these photos are not great representation of the property, what it has to offer, this being the family room at the back. You know what? I don't know that I can do much. I can't tour you guys through this place. Look at these photos. Like, you have no idea what this is. What this is here, let me go back to my floor plan. Oh, hold on, let me try that again. Let me go back to my floor plan. Yeah, that's this. So this fireplace here and that couch was here. You got to use your imagination, and I don't know if you can tell at all from me doing that, right? So that was the couch there on the one side, and there's your TV over the fireplace. So that's the floor, the family room. Okay, so you got a little outdoor space. This, I think they turned one of the bedrooms into a TV area den. Yes, they did. These photos suck. Crappy ending here, guys, but I am gonna fly through and done. Okay, so not the best ending there, but 290 St. Clair. Get it while it's hot. So in terms of days on the market, and I'm just going to scroll back up. We're going to do a little review here. Days on the market. So this one, 385 Brunswick, 7 days on market. Can we circle that? Okay. 7 days on market. 1040 Avenue Road, 6 days on market. This one just came out. This is actually the one that I saw and said, hey, I know what I'll do for Pick 5. This is 18 days on the market, Queens Quay. And then this one here, 49 days on the market. So these things aren't going to sell quickly. But that's kind of a function of the price point too. And this one I believe is not registered yet. Yeah, I mean, just remember, right? They are condos, so they do have to be registered. Oh, sorry, I lied. This is TSCP 2526. Anyways, guys, wow, epic Pick 5, 30 minutes this week. That's crazy. But I hope you learned from this. Those are the things that I look for. Can we put that list back up again, all 10 of them? So, I mean, those are primarily what I look for. As I said, I think I put an 11th on the list there. I can't remember. Oh, yeah, it was proximity to retail. So again, looking for somebody, downsizing, these are things that you really, really have to consider. And getting, part of selling real estate is identifying the demographic. And, we are looking at downsizers. What do? Well, they're, slaves to their grandkids, right? They love having people over. They love having dinners. They like having sleepovers with their grandkids. So you need things like the second, third bedroom being on a different floor. You need the elevator, obviously. You need a large dining area, actually be able to have people over for whether it's Christmas or Passover or what have you. And then things like 2-car parking, right? A lot of people have 2 cars. They're not used to going down to one to share. We need to teach older people to share. Anyways, guys, so I hope you learned from that this week. I thought that was something different, something fun, and thank you for putting up with my constant rants. But I think I'm right about the whole, I don't have to impress anybody now that I'm married. Why do I need to look good? I'm married, right? No? Yes? I don't know. Something tells me I got a little feedback on this one. Anyways, guys, that is it for me for this week. Have a fantastic weekend. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.